You're a wizard, Jill.
There is a theme park just down the street from here. They have 3 kinds of butterbeer at Universal Studios Florida, and we're here to make the 4th kind, the Betterbeer.
The booze kind.
Hey everyone.
I'm Jill.
And I'm Ryno.
And we love bourbon.
In addition to drinking it, we also wanted to learn about it and share that info with you.
So come join us in
The Bourbon Study.
I need you to answer me this. This is really important before we get too far into this. What is your favorite type of butterbeers? Mine's hot too. And everyone's like, no, it's too sweet. And I'm like, it's surprisingly not that sweet.
I put it back. The booze kind and then hot.
And then hot, yes. I go hot, frozen, warm.
Although, if there was a hot and then I could bring it home still hot and then put some bourbon in it.
Very excited for this one here today.
Yeah, so we sort of broke it down into what are the components of flavor and then built it back together. So there's a lot of stuff here, but it's happening in a couple of parts. As you know, anyone who's had the original theme park version in hot or iced or blended or whatever
Or
knows,
read the book, I feel like, because they describe it in the book.
that it is in 2 separate parts. You have the part of the drink, and then you have the frothy foam topping.
I'd argue the frothy topping is the best part of the drink.
I think that you're right, but we can't squeeze a whole lot of liquor into that.
No.
So we need
put
the
it in the drink.
Too. Yeah.
And I think one of the biggest flavor components that is always described with butterbeer is butterscotch.
Butterscotch. Yeah, this is the old Smoky Moonshine and Southern Sugarland Shine. Both companies make a butterscotch. This is the Sugarland's Butterscotch Gold.
I think we've used this in a bunch of drinks. I think this is a good investment at this point to have it as a bar staple.
Yeah, the butterscotch and like an apple spice version of these moonshines they're cheap and in everything.
I haven't had that apple one. We're going to have that journey at some point. So
I love that journey for us.
I love that journey for us.
So of course we have to have butterscotch. We also need to have a little bit of cocoa.
Yeah, we felt like, bourbon, a lot of times I felt like we did that Knows Your Bourbon thing on Patreon a while back, and we said, there were some great flavor profiles there that were like white chocolate, graham cracker, butterscotch, and then automatically my mind's like butterbeer. So that's where I feel like we're taking all those elements today, putting them together to make this drink.
Yeah, so we felt that butterbeer, the essence of it, has a bit of that white chocolate chip, like a cookie, like white chocolate.
Yeah, it definitely has a cookie texture to it.
Has that little bit of a cookie flavor. So we're putting white chocolate into that. Butterscotch, white chocolate, of course.
Bourbon.
We're going to use Woodford because we have an abundance.
Because you got that big bottle, that ridiculously huge.
This is the Costco bottle.
It's like you shrunk.
I didn't shrink.
This
is the real size. So these are the components that we're going to need for the drink part, are those 3. And then
2 parts, remember.
This other stuff is for the foam topper. So we'll do that second. This is a blended drink because we're doing the ice version of it today. So we need some ice in your shaker, blender.
Yeah.
We have a Ninja, but if you don't have a Ninja, just a regular blender will do.
Yeah.
And then it's pretty simple. It's just going to be 2 parts of the Woodford. So we're going to do 2 ounces.
Oh, did you need this? Did you need this? Did you need to measure?
I need to measure, yeah. I mean, I could eyeball it. That's fine.
I'm scared about those eyeballs. You could Mad Eye Moody it.
I could.
Just one eyeball in there.
That's pretty much how it would go, right? It would be like just, looks about right.
Yeah.
2 ounces of bourbon, 1/2 ounce each of the white chocolate and the butterscotch.
I love butterscotch so much. You know what? It's the best pudding.
It is. And then we are going to do, this is a bourbon flavored caramel sauce. This is not boozy, it just is bourbon flavored. But
it's a Lion's brand. Do you find that where? Restaurant Depot, Target?
Yeah, they have this in the coffee aisle of stores.
Okay.
So caramel sauce, we're going to do like a tablespoon.
Perfect.
And then
we blend. So I can't use my joke, which was we Wingardium Leviosa shake. Wingardium Blendiosa. Got it. Boom. Nailed it.
Okay. So we got our drink stuff out of the way. And of course, we need the appropriate vessel.
Yes.
For this.
From the park itself.
Who lives in Orlando and doesn't have at least 17 of these
I know,
in their
gosh.
home? Here we are.
Perfect. Look at that portion you put right in that cup there.
All right, and then to make the froth, if you have an automatic frother for your coffee, great. If you don't, if you have that little whiskey thing on a, it's like.
Yeah, the immersion blender.
The
teeny
tiny
one?
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can use that. But I just have it's like a jar, and it has a little.
It's like a
screen.
French press.
This one came with our Ninja coffee thing. It says the Easy Frother. So
Oh.
any version of a coffee frother.
Some people who have the espresso machines have the little froth on the side.
If you
thing.
have
Yeah.
that, use that too. So for this, we're just going to do 1 part of the bourbon cream, 1 part milk, and 1 pump of syrup. Now you have to use the syrup in this because it will not froth.
You need the sugar to froth
You
it.
just have the cream ingredients.
Yeah. So how much of that cream are you using?
1 ounce.
1 ounce. 1.
1 ounce of creme.
1 ounce of creme. 1 ounce of you're using a fat-free
This
milk,
is skim milk, yeah.
which is really what all I drink. Well, I've switched to oat at this point, but
The oat won't froth.
no.
And then
The oat won't froth.
the oat will not froth.
You're very Dame Maggie Smith. Miss Granger, the oat will not froth.
To review, the drink part is 2 ounces, half ounce, and a tablespoon of the caramel sauce. The topping is 1 ounce of the bourbon cream, 1 ounce of the skim milk, and 1 pump of the simple syrup. And then
Like magic. So you've whisked up your topping here. Oh, that is creamy, just like in the park.
look at that from the side. You got like the
Look at that distinction there. You've got a creamy froth on top. You got a nice, yeah, this is a, see, you can see it right there. But you're not done yet.
We're going to sprinkle some salt.
Remember,
Not that
salt
much.
always goes into the hand before the pan.
And just a little. Now this will like defroth your froth a little bit, so
It's kind of like,
sparingly.
yeah.
Should we go to? Where are we going first? Potions class.
You're a Slytherin. I'm not going anywhere with you. She'll pants me and take my lunch money. Well, chop my head off and call me Nearly Headless Nick because this is delicious.
The salt really makes it special.
It adds a little extra to it. Gives it that little magic. Nailed it.
Especially since it's only on that little frothy part. So as you get the drink part down the bottom, you're like, it's like an evolving sip.
I also think, based on like how you paired it all out here, I think the portion size is really good. Because I hate when they're like too much. Because I don't want a ton of
Get the nice
this.
little mustache going too.
I have a feeling a lot of people are going to end up making this one. I think it's really good, delicious. I've tried a couple Butterbeer recipes. I really think this is the best one thus far. If you make this, please let us know in the comments. If you like the video, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. And of course, we always have our Patreon site, patreon.com/thebourbonstudy. And on there, we do some exclusive tastings, fun videos, and we got a little fun community going on there. So cheers to all of those people out there.
And of course, if you're like, oh man, this froth is so delicious, use it on other stuff.
I told Jill that I think our journey this year, because one thing you wanted to do was the tropical tiki bourbon drinks, and the one thing I want to do is I want to get the whipped cream with the charger in it, the maker, so that we could do
we can
boozy
make
froth.
foam.
Yeah.
You can have your Butterbeer or you can have your Betterbeer. And Ryno has drunk the entire thing.
You're drunk. Turn to page 364. Naturally.
Discovering voices, building worlds. The Ampliverse.